Come on, man, hang out for a minute, smoke with me. I got weed, got my bong out. Come on, son.
Know what I'm saying?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Hyperbolic podcast. We're just gonna jump right into it. I am fucking annoyed. I am annoyed with, guess who? The government. I'm going on month 2 of them not fucking paying me my money. The operative words being my money. And you know, it's very annoying, and now they've chosen to jam me up once again with some other bullshit. That is going to extend to this being a much lengthier process. So I got some fucking questions. All right. I want you to tell me why the government can make a weapon that could fucking wreck the planet 100 times over, could wipe off fucking everything off the face of the earth. They could wipe it all out 100 fucking times over. But you can't digitally give people money without making it a fucking huge ordeal. Obviously, you already have everyone's fucking information. Okay? To be honest, there shouldn't even, the paperwork is a fucking formality at this point. With technology, it's a fucking formality because it's not even necessary. You have all of our information. You've been mining our fucking data and all of our information for at least a fucking decade. At the very least a decade. We'll go ahead and say a couple of fucking decades. Probably as long as you've been able to put a credit card on the fucking internet. You've been mining all this fucking, even when you didn't realize you were doing it, you were fucking doing it. And, I mean, you got all these dipshits talking about not wanting to get the fucking vaccine because they were worried they're getting microchipped. You know, and this is not a new idea, but who needs a fucking microchip when they already have everything they need to know about you on file? You're on somebody's file. You are on fucking file. You are on the grid, motherfucker. As much as you don't want to be, probably, majority of you motherfuckers that think you're living off the grid, you're not living off the fucking grid, dog. You've been on the grid. You never went off the fucking grid. All right? I mean, so they already have all our information. Who needs a microchip when they know when you're stopping at a fucking Chevron to take a shit? You know what I mean? Like at this point, I'll take a microchip. I will. I'll take a microchip if it means that they'll actually give me my fucking money. I will get a microchip. You can deposit that shit into my fucking brain, and I'll use my brain to deposit it into my fucking account. If that's how you want to do it, big bro, if that's how you all want to fucking do this shit, let's fucking go. Put it in me. Fuck me up with that fucking microchip. Do you hear me? Fuck me up with that chip. Because at this point, I'm going to get the money. And then as soon as I get the money, I'm going to go fucking straight Van Damme in Universal Soldier, and I'm going to dig it out with a fucking huge army knife. All right? I'm going to use your own fucking tools against you. I'm going to use your own tools against you. You fiscal cucks. This is what's going to happen. And I'm going to fucking dig it out. And the worst fucking part about this for me, like in my head, one of the things that I have the most trouble reconciling is the fact that they legitimately make you feel as if you should be thankful. Do you understand? They make you feel as if you should be thankful for them giving you what you are entitled to. Like, they deprive you of something that now in these days you 100% need to fucking live. There's no way around it. You need money to live. Absolutely. I mean, unless, you know, obviously there are ways around it, but for the majority of us, you have to have it. Like, it's not even a have, it's a necessity. It is a fucking need. And like, it's like they deprive you of this so much and for so long. They go through to such great fucking lengths. And they do it long enough to fuck your brain into praising them for doing what they're being paid and hired to do. Think about that. Think about it. Because the premeditation is that fucking deep. It goes that deep. They are like Inception level gaslighting all of us. Well, I mean, I like to think that I know what the fuck is going on, but I'm sure there's shit that I'm missing. There is shit that I'm missing all the time. There is shit that comes out all the time, and I'm just like, why the fuck didn't I think of that? I'm sitting here and I'm thinking that I am this, like, you know, free thinking, you know, conscious person, you know, aware, and it goes so deep, dude. There's so much fucking flying past your face, dude. I mean, you can only catch so much of it. You can only catch so much of it. I like to feel like what I do catch, I feel like I'm catching, I want to say like a hard 75% of it. I want to say that I'm picking up a solid 3/4 of what I'm actually being able to catch out of the fucking, just the mass, eternal amount of shit that's just flying fucking past my head, that's flying past all of our heads. I feel like what I am picking up, what I'm able to catch, I feel like I'm comprehending a solid 70-75%. Now that 75, that may be a reach. You know what I mean? I may be overextending a little bit on that, but you know, maybe I just have a higher opinion of myself than what I actually need, or maybe I mean, the thing about it is I'm gonna drop knowledge on you as it occurs to me. As I incur it, I'm gonna fucking drop it on you. So there are a lot of you that shit's gonna go right over your fucking heads. I mean, there are certain people that you can't dumb things down enough for them. You just can't. You just can't. At that point, you can lead a horse to water. ... You know what I mean? So, you know, that means if I feel like if I'm comprehending 75% of what I'm catching, and it's going over, that means there are motherfuckers that are comprehending 30, 25, 30. We'll go ahead and just put it to a nice round quarter. 25%. They're getting about 25% of it. Like, oh my God, how amazing would it be to just be that, like, just that cognitively deficient, or what is the term, blissfully unaware. How amazing it must be to be so dumb that you not only have no idea how dumb you are, you're so dumb that your brain isn't smart enough to realize how fucking unhappy everything is, how fucking shitty everything is. You're so dumb, you can't wrap your head around the fact that this fucking planet is dying. We're all on, we were already on borrowed time. Okay? We're already on borrowed time. And at this point, we're to incorporate a little bit of what's going on, some current events. We're in the fucking short squeeze right now. Okay? We're being short squeezed by life and by the mistakes of our brethren, our fucking ancestors and the generations before us that have fucked us into this into the situations that we're in now. And just God, how amazing it would be to be so dumb that you don't even understand how fucked up everything is. I would love nothing more than to spend I'll take 2 days a week. I would give up a lot of things to be able, for 2 days a week, to not have to worry even a fucking fraction of what I do all the time about everything. The dumbest shit. The things that I probably have no fucking business worrying about. Okay? I was watching Chris DiStefano's new podcast earlier, and he was talking about how we need to make our worlds smaller. And I 100% fucking agree with that. As he was saying, like, there are certain, we're only really able to process a certain amount of information. Our ability to process information is so fucking finite. Our brain itself is, I'm sure, more than capable of it. It's the amount of our brain that we're allotted. That amount can't fucking deal with it. That amount can't deal with it. We're not built for it. We aren't. And as much as the fires in Australia, like, as awful as that was to see and to know is happening, they were barely dealing with shit here. Like, there's so much happening in our own fucking country, so much that we're barely able to fucking process it. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where these days barely any foreign news pops up on any of my fucking news feeds. There's barely foreign news. There's so much shit happening in just this country. Like, honestly, I'm glad that it doesn't come up. I'm glad that foreign news doesn't come up, because I don't have the fucking bandwidth for it. I just don't. Like, I mean, every fucking day, it's, somebody's ex shot them to death. I saw a story earlier, some dude stabbed his ex-girlfriend to death for going on a fucking Tinder date. I feel like I mentioned it before. They got women jumping off of fucking bridges with their children in their arms, and you got fucking people hiring hitmen. There's a dude hired fucking hitmen to kill his niece that he sexually assaulted. And the hitman killed his own sister and their friend or neighbor or whoever their friend. What the fuck is going on? I just saw another one. Somebody else hired a fucking hitman to kill the fucking somebody, and they killed the wrong person. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Can't any of you think fucking critically for 5 seconds? Do you think there's never been a point in my life where I've literally wanted to fucking bludgeon someone to death, and not even with a weapon, but with my bare hands? Do you think that's never happened? You think that time has never occurred? It has. My Irish has been up. My blood is fucking boiled, and it is boiled to the point of homicide. But it didn't actually reach the point of homicide. Because I'm not a fucking... Well, one, because I'm not an idiot. And two, I guess I'm just not that mentally ill. Yet. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Who knows what could happen? You know what I mean? I think I've said it before. I could be a fucking late stage serial killer. Okay? Who knows? Who knows? Because for all I know, I won't wake up tomorrow. For all I know, none of us will wake up tomorrow, because for all I know, there's some kind of a fucking weird... There's something flying around in space, dude. And it's gotten through our fucking atmosphere. It's in our orbit, and it's about to go through our fucking atmosphere. And the space people didn't detect it fast enough. And it's gonna wreck into some part of the earth, and we're fucking dinosaurs right now. For all we know, we are fucking dinosaurs, and we're about to get butt fucked by a big old space rock. So I very well could be a serial killer. Stranger things have happened. I very well could be something that I have no idea I could be. Stranger things have happened. There is a woman that was a part of the Capitol riots that was just granted permission to vacation in fucking Mexico. That happened. You think I couldn't serially murder motherfuckers? Okay. You think I couldn't go on a little bit of a spree? Huh? What the fuck? I mean, there are things happening right now. There are things that are going to happen that, if you had asked us 5 years ago if we could wrap our heads around these things, we would have been like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Why would those things even happen? Why is the question? Why is the question, my friends? Why? And it's all for the thing that started me on this fucking episode to begin with. That fucking those dollar bills, y'all. Okay? Those fucking those ducats. That's what it's all for. Honestly, I'm not even sure that I fully wrap my head around as much as I think I wrap my head around. Even barring the fact that there's so much going on that we have no fucking idea about. I've had a theory, and I thought that this was an original theory, and then I heard it other places, so then I can't say that it's an original idea anymore. But if I came up with it and then I heard somebody, I came up with it first as far as I'm concerned. So but as you sit and you think about how much science is available to us, how much technology is available to us, like how much information is available to us just in science alone. However much we know or we think we know right now, they are at the very least 20 to 30 years more advanced than that. I would even go as far as saying they're at least 2 to 4 decades further advanced than they let us know. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, the Weekly World News, fucking 25 years ago was talking about them cloning fucking sheep. And now that's no big fucking news. You know what I mean? But like, we're still surprised. I'm still surprised that, people would get into an argument about fucking plowing snow and then a murder or suicide would happen. You know what I mean? Like, and like, that goes to really show you like, just how fucked the wave of information is, that hits us at any point in time, is that I can wrap my head around a fucking sheep being cloned. I can wrap my head around that better than the thought of a dude murdering 2 people and then suiciding himself over shoveling snow. I mean, fuck me, dude. I mean, God. What does that say about me? What does that say about me as a person? Because I feel like, we're in the age of everybody taking accountability, and I've definitely preached it myself. So, what kind of a fucking hypocrite would I be if I didn't, take accountability? What kind of a person does that make me, that I have an easier time wrapping my head around, a sheep being cloned? And who knows what the fuck they even did? They could have donated that sheep to some motherfucker in the mountains. That sheep got fucked to death. You understand? So not only was it a clone, it wasn't even a real boy. It was a fucking Pinocchio, essentially. It was a fucking Pinocchio. Did not choose to be created, much like many of us, much like all of us. This little Pinocchio sheep did not choose to be created. And not only was it created, at the time, out of what I can only assume was fucking pure scientific barbarism, but then it was probably fucked to death. It was probably fucked to death, because if you don't know, scientifically, anatomy-wise, a sheep's vagina is the most similar to a human female. It's gross, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I can wrap my head around that easier. All of that. Not even just the fact of just everything that I just fucking told you. That's easier for me to wrap my head around than a dude killing 2 people and then killing him. I can understand the 2 people, but yourself too. I mean, fuck, man. I think that's what I have the hardest time wrapping my head around. I get just a guy that was otherwise minding his own business, and then in the span of no amount of time, he's in his mind crossing the idea of, I might shoot these motherfuckers. Like, I might shoot these motherfuckers. I get it. Because if you say that you've never been so angry that you looked at someone and thought, oh yeah, I could slam my fist into your face enough times that you ceased to breathe. If you say that something like that has never crossed your mind, I don't care how fucking good of a person you think you are. I don't care how fucking Christian you think you are. Newsflash, your good book promotes some of the most vile bits of violence to ever be fucking recorded by humans, whether it's real or not. So no matter how fucking good of a person you think you are, you've had the thought has crossed your mind. So I get it. The ability for the human brain to snap in such a way that you lose all ability to reason. I get it. Honestly, actually, now that I actually took 2 seconds to think about it, I get the suicide too, because he was like, dude, I'd rather fucking, while he was like, that was so worth it, I would much rather, just fucking kill myself now than deal with being in fucking prison. Because apparently it came out that he was, ex-Navy or something. Who knows what kind of fucking PTSD he had going on. I don't know, man. But I just had to get all that off my chest. And I'm ready to close this thing out. So go like and subscribe on all the social medias. I have a Linktree link tied to any social media page I have. You can click on that and find any link that you would want to find. So yes, go like, subscribe, review, all those things. And I want to thank you all so much for listening to and watching another episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast. Thank you very much, and bye.